Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to The Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Welcome back to another episode of Intermission. I'm your host, Jarvis Newsome. You can find me on Instagram at Ziggy the Lionhearted. And always with me, as usual, is my co-host, Howard Jerome.
What's up, everybody? I got to share this with you. It has nothing to do with the movies, but this is the funniest shit I've seen all day. There's been stupid shit like that all day. But how's everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Intermission. You can find me on Howard_Jerome on Instagram and Howard Jerome on Facebook. What's up, dude?
Not much, man.
How's it going, man?
It's going all right.
Interesting day for fucking television and movies, huh?
Yeah, we're going to give you a bit of news and pretty much for the Facebook Live portion. Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we just lost
the dark.
Yeah, we just lost likes.
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
This is why you guys need to donate. Keep power on in here.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
And we're going to get to the big rumor of the day in a little bit. It's something I did want to talk about beforehand. A lot of people know that the Emmys are coming up on Sunday, but most people don't realize that the Creative Arts Emmys actually happened last weekend. And we had some pretty big winners on that one, too. You had Rick and Morty win for Outstanding Animated Program. Robot Chicken won Outstanding Short Form Animated Program. Game of Thrones won Outstanding Production Design. Who else won? Let me see. Saturday Night Live won Variety Series. Jesus Christ Superstar Live in Concert won Production Design.
That sounds awesome.
Now, here's the crazy thing about that. Because of that, and because who's one of the main producers? John Legend. He is now the youngest.
Wait, isn't he playing Jesus too?
I think so. But he is now the youngest ever second African-American, first African-American man to achieve an EGOT.
That's what they were talking about this morning. I heard some shit about that. Oh, I guess Water.
Yeah.
I heard something about this morning. I was only halfway listening.
So he is now the youngest EGOT recipient. And the first African-American male. Because we all know Whoopi Goldberg was the first African-American.
There we go. Congrats, John Legend.
Yes, congrats, man. What else was big? Assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story, was winning a lot.
Yo, when is it? We need to go see that show, Jesus Christ Superstar, if it comes to Houston, if it's not too late.
Okay. Let's see here. What
I'm
else?
going to see that.
Atlanta won Outstanding Cinematography. Let me see. Who else won? I'm trying to find the more notable stuff that we talk about. Now, a couple of people I know actually watch this limited series. Picasso, the one that stars Antonio Banderas, where he's playing Pablo Picasso.
Dude, I did not even hear about that.
I know about it. It was so much on my radar, but a couple of people told me it's actually pretty good. And it's a limited series, so it's like not that much to deal with. Let's see here. What else we got? Because there was a whole bunch of big winners that I was surprised. Game of Thrones won Best Costume for Fantasy Sci-Fi. Assassination of Gianni Versace, Contemporary Costumes. I wish you just list the winners. Just give me a whole bunch of stuff. This Marvelous Mrs. Maisel won a lot of stuff, but I've never watched it. Like I said, as y'all can see, especially today, you're going to tell we watch a lot of stuff already. Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown won actually quite a few, which is sort of sad. But he's been winning shit.
It's crazy because she's actually that whole drama surrounding all that stuff. Like
she's putting it on him now.
Well, she's also being drugged by the mud by Rose McGowan. But anyways, whatever. Let's get to the good stuff though.
In a minute. United Shades of America with W. Kamau Bell won. Outstanding editing. Westworld won hairstyle. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver won Outstanding Interactive Program. Westworld won for creative achievement. It's quite a few more, but you get the idea, basically. Saturday Night Live. I'm trying to find one. It was basically, Cat Williams won.
Oh, for Atlanta?
Yeah, Cat Williams won. Tiffany Haddish won for hosting Saturday Night Live. Kenan Thompson won as a regular guest from Saturday Night Live. So, props. There was a couple more people too, but props to all of them. There's a lot of big things going on that people don't know about. Game of Thrones actually cleaned up a lot in these. So I hope that it actually does something on Sunday. Now we're going to get to the big news.
Henry Cavill, whatever his name is. This is rumored that he's dropping out of Superman. And I've got kind of mixed feelings about this. I mean, I can totally get it. DC's kind of been underwhelming lately with what they've been doing. But on the heels of that, Ben Affleck's also saying he's dropping out as Batman.
Well, we knew about Ben Affleck.
But it was never officially done, dude. Yeah. It took one person running out of the burning house to let all the people know it's time to go.
So you said it's official?
Well, it's the same thing. Rumors flying around.
Right.
But John Hamm has announced that he wants to play Batman.
Right.
So I'm more believing that more of a belief that Ben Affleck for sure is dropping out because it's been rumored that he wasn't happy playing this Batman role.
Right.
But Henry Cavill makes way more sense, especially coming off the heels of this Mission Impossible and how it's been doing. So we were discussing this a little bit, and I think that he was basing his opinion off of what happens with Mission Impossible. Because as we were looking at this lineup for DC, he doesn't have a single movie that's geared to come out for himself, where it's just him in a solo role. And this announcement of them changing their focus to having Supergirl being the primary focus right now. I know if I was in his shoes and Mission Impossible just came out big to rave reviews, great money, and my last movie through DC was on shaky territory, dude, I would have done the same thing. I would have busted in that room like, listen, y'all better move my movie up, give me more money, or I'm out. Especially with this Netflix special that he's got. Well, not a special, but series that's coming out with in The Witcher.
Yeah.
Dude. But the more interesting part of that is that people are trying to say Michael B. Jordan is in the running for Superman. That's crazy.
Right. Before we continue, I just want to say what's up to everyone on checking us out on Facebook Live. Marcus, Konnichiwa, Clinton, sup, Erlene. Shit, we got two of the upcoming hosts right there.
I know, right? Well, shit, you just announced it before anybody. We haven't even said anything official about it now. May as well. Surprise, guys.
I named 3 people. They don't know one of them.
Well, Marcus has been on the show every week for the last 3 weeks.
Right.
So, surprise, we got 2 new hosts. One of them is going to be a surprise for y'all.
Right.
The other one, on the other hand, Marcus, well, I'm sure you guys could have figured that one out.
Right.
Marcus Griffin from Fishes and Grits is now officially a Intermission host. He couldn't make it today, but he's tuning in. Shout out to Marcus. Congrats, dog. I know you wanted that for a little bit. So
for real.
He'll be back next week. But, yeah, dude, so let's say Henry Cavill's actually out and it's not Michael B. Jordan.
I take the Michael B. Jordan one. I'll put that one sort of off to the side.
Who would you put though in the role? Like I don't think Michael B. Jordan's actually in the running for that. I think that's just some random rumor.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I'm not going to give that one a lot of airtime because I think that's just one of those random rumors.
But it's an interesting one. But who would you rather see play Superman though?
I can't really say because I like how they did it with Henry Cavill. That they took a guy who was starting to make his presence known in America because he's been doing a lot of stuff overseas.
Still. Yeah, with like Tutors and all
Tutors
that stuff.
And a bunch of
The Immortals.
And a bunch of other stuff, like just a bunch of movies from over there and series. But he was starting to get back into the American mainstream. So he wasn't quite known, so he didn't bring a personality really to the role. And I like they did that. So I hope if any of this is true, they do the exact same thing. Get someone that's proved that he can act, but that's not as known. And I think they'll be okay.
It's interesting because if they get rid of Henry Cavill, let's say like he's actually gone, they could basically wipe the slate clean and start over in a different direction. Kind of one of the biggest attractions from the Superman is that it was so dark.
Right.
And it's not Henry Cavill's fault, but they can just wash off all that away. I mean, because there was some blunders with having the Abomination. Not the Abomination. Not the Abomination. That's Hulk. In Batman vs. Superman.
Doomsday.
Doomsday, yeah. Having Doomsday come in there and being killed so easily and all this good stuff.
Clinton, do you have that officially? Because that's what I got from Cavill's IG. He said Cavill's taking a break from the Witcher series. He will still be Superman.
Interesting. I mean,
and
how much of a break does he need if there's no movie announced for him yet?
Exactly, that's the thing.
It's like we went through in like at least 3 years. There's no movie for Superman that's in the lineup. You've got Supergirl, you got Wonder Woman 2, Aquaman,
right.
Shazam,
and what Man of Steel came out 2012.
Yeah.
So I mean, like we're going to easily reach 2022 before we possibly even have another Superman movie.
10 years before a new Superman movie comes out, while the series is going on, while the whole DCEU is out there. That just doesn't make any sense.
And I think that's what was Cavill's probably biggest thing. He was like, you all didn't progress this any. He's like, I signed on the road, I understand I'm going to appear in other movies, but where's my shit at?
And you hit on something good. They're not progressing the series and in a way that makes sense. Because if you look at like Marvel, and it'd be great to see him come over as Marvel. I saw somebody saying Cyclops. I think that'd be crazy, but
that would be dope.
Marvel did a great job of introducing their first team of characters, and then progressing that, and then intertwining them, and then did a team up.
Right.
Then they introduced their second stage of characters, and then did another team up.
Right.
We had a team up with only having one character introduced, and then another one who was introduced. Oh, excuse me, take it back. With two characters introduced, one we haven't seen on screen for 6 years or 5 years at the time, and then a new one who was just pulled up out of the blue. Like, I don't know what DC's playing at, but it doesn't make any sense. It's like they just they're just playing a dart game, and just whatever the dart lands on, that's the next movie up.
Honestly, like with that, I didn't necessarily mind them teaming up with those characters. One, the story shouldn't have been what it was, which was the death of Superman, because it lessened the impact of the death of Superman. But they took their three most popular characters, put them in the movie or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. But the plot line was where I had the issue with it.
Yeah.
So I didn't necessarily mind them three being in the movie. Like, if anyone, World's Finest is basically starts off exactly like Superman versus Batman, which the movie took way too long to get to.
Yeah.
So.
See, it could have made sense if they followed that movie with a Batman movie. It made us buy into Ben Affleck being Batman, or give us some idea of what he was doing. But then you come out with Suicide Squad,
and like I said, and
don't do anything with that.
And then there is a Suicide Squad 2 plan.
No, I mean, we get that, but I'm saying it's not tied into the main thing though. It's disjointed from what your other three movies that are in your DCEU. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wish they would have like Marvel's been like, okay, even if they kept the team up movie, just just keep it Batman vs. Superman, never mind the Dawn of Justice part.
Yeah.
But keep that, introduce. Like, I think they could have probably waited if they wanted to do Batman, because we've had so much Batman. But definitely a Superman, Wonder Woman. Give us the Flash or Green Lantern.
Yeah, or the Cyborg. Somebody who's going to be in the Justice League.
Right.
That you're going to put this movie out, we don't see any of the other characters.
Get that continuous flow going on. Because like I said, for us to get a Wonder Woman movie this quick, like she was the movie before Justice League, now she's the movie after Justice League.
Yeah.
Or Aquaman.
And then Wonder Woman, but we still don't see the Flash, we still don't see Cyborg. And then before these movies come out, I'm pretty sure that what's the Harley Quinn movie? We get a Joker movie that has nothing to even do with this before any character in the main line. It doesn't make any sense at all.
It's so discombobulated. But before we continue, this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states, United States, offer financial education? 33% of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry a credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. All right, Clinton.
He put butt mustache game.
Yeah. Well,
like
no,
that.
it actually wasn't a problem because part of Shazam is still filming right now.
Yeah.
Right. I think they're doing that right now. And they was like, okay, we want to bring Superman in, which I always felt instead of having the Shazam movie now, we should have had the Man of Steel sequel now, brought in The Rock's Black Adam, and then had Shazam cameo into that, which would have led to the Shazam movie. Because everyone doesn't need an origin. People get tired of origins. That's the one way to like sort of tire out the industry, the comic book industry. The origin.
A good example is Spider-Man, how they kept rebooting Spider-Man, and then we finally get a Spider-Man which is he's in high school, he already has his powers. And that played out so good.
Well. Yeah.
So good.
So some of the stuff we don't need. Do we really need a Joker origin story?
We don't need two
I don't think we need one, because one of the cool things about the Joker and one of his appeal was you never really knew where he came from. It was always theories.
Mm-hmm.
You never really know. Just like, hey, that's why I love Heath Ledger's portrayal of it.
Yeah, because he had 3 different origin stories.
Right. He let me tell you how I got these scars, and he changed it every time.
And that's something that is interesting because I never actually even thought about. Well, I couldn't say never, but I was just so wrapped up in the Joker as his current iteration instead of like, yo, how did he even get like this?
Right.
Because there's so much going on with just trying to put a finger on who he is as a character. He's such a layered character.
Right.
But they're making all these characters so one-dimensional. I wouldn't even be mad at Henry Cavill if he was just like, yo, man, I'm just tired of playing this trash character right now. Like, I can totally see Ben Affleck feeling that way.
I can see Ben Affleck. I think Ben Affleck would say, I'm tired of playing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think both of them, because one, Cavill comes from theater, so he actually has really strong acting skill. I think both of them says, I'm tired of the direction you all are going in, which is no direction.
Yeah, they're just running around. They're just like a dog chasing its tail, which is very apparent when you look at just the schedule of movies that are coming out. Like, how do you have a sequel come out before the other main cast of the Justice League have any kind of movie, standalone movie?
So it's just crazy. And then Cavill did put out an IG video maybe about 30 minutes ago, just playing music, and that is a cool shirt he has, the Krypton lifting. That is a cool shirt. And he has a Superman doll, and he just brings it up to the camera, then he brings it back down. I think what he's saying, my opinion, like, he doesn't say a word in this. He doesn't caption it too much. My opinion is he's trying to say, I'm still trying to be Superman, but we got to have better direction. He still wants to be Superman.
Yeah, he never said he would. Like, the difference between him and Ben Affleck, I mean, Ben Affleck has been very unhappy with the role.
Right.
Henry Cavill doesn't seem like he's unhappy with it. He just doesn't seem like he's satisfied with
the studio.
And you got to like just think about it. Like, you've got somebody, he's young, he's in demand, and he just had a box office smash with one of the biggest Hollywood celebrities ever.
Now,
of course he wants this movie to come out.
I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls a Robert Downey.
Mm-hmm. Like
Robert Downey, after Iron Man 3, there was no more Iron Mans, but he still continued to appear.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's in contracts to do, in talks to do.
Man, I would hate that though, because I've been itching for
a Man of Steel too.
Like, we need one.
We do. Like,
and the other thing too, with Iron Man having cameos, it's fine because him being in like the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
That was leading up to them being wiped out anyways.
Right.
And making way for the second wave. It seems way too early for Superman to just be reduced to just cameos so early on when we're just now being introduced to the Justice League.
Clinton, you said he said that there are stories he still wants to tell. There are stories he wanted that he still want to tell. I mean, I understand that. But like I said, the problem is, like I said, the first actual Man of Steel sequel possibility is easily 2021, 2022.
Yeah, like that's just not even speculation. Just looking at the timeline, it's already that's at least 3 years out.
Right, because it literally, then if you think about it, it really takes about 2 years, or at least a year and a half, to get one of these movies made.
Yeah, and there's no way they're gonna put out more than 2 DC movies a year. Like that would be an overkill.
I think they can. I think they'll do 3.
Man, if they do that, it would be way too much. Like,
I actually wouldn't mind 3 if you do one early spring, summer, and then fall.
but I mean, but look at like what happened with Han Solo coming off the heels of this Star Wars movie.
But
That was so close together, and if you put 3, you're looking at like maybe 5 months. Well, not even 5 months. Shit, 4.5 months apart, maybe, to where there's a decent enough time just so they're spaced out evenly throughout the year.
true.
I mean, actually, no, I'm totally wrong. Exactly 4 months, not 4.5 months. Damn, my math is way off.
Yeah, and then I think the problem with the whole Star Wars thing, we gotten used to the timeline with them.
Mm-hmm.
We gotten used to the distance. See, like there's no rhyme or reason with Warner Bros. Like
No, but we're for sure like using Marvel, because the thing that we always see is that DCU hasn't been able to like exist in a vacuum by itself.
Right.
It's constantly being compared to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
And so if we're using that as the standard and that's our rule of measure, them putting out 3 kind of disrupts what we're kind of used to with superhero movies. Like that just seems like a little much, because when has Marvel ever put 3?
This year,
Which ones did they have?
Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man. That was all within 6 months.
I did not see Ant-Man. Shit, they damn near had 4 actually with Thor Ragnarok.
Right. That's all within a year.
Ballsy.
But that's going to bring an end to this Facebook portion of the show. We ask that you subscribe to our show on all major platforms, which is iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
If you go over to iTunes, make sure you leave us some constructive feedback, some criticisms, and some suggestions. Thank you all for checking out this Facebook Live portion, whether you're catching it live or catching, just the recorded version. And make sure you share that version with your family and friends. It helps us out. And if you can't, go over to www.thesphere.tv/donate. You can give us a little bit of money. You can do a one-time donation, or you can go on Patreon, which gives us a monthly donation, which helps us out. It helps us, as you saw earlier, keeps the lights on, and also helps us take you guys to the movies. We do want to go to the movies with you guys. Haven't been really able to do that this year. It's a lot of big things happening, not with just us individually, but a lot of big things with the Sphere as well. So we hopefully before the end of the year get to check out a movie with you guys. So be sure to check out the full show when it drops, and we're going to continue this conversation.
Later, guys. Yo, I just realized something.
Yeah.
That my shirt plays into this whole thing. It says Stay
Stay
Greedy.
Greedy.
It's so relevant right now. One with him potentially. And actually, Clinton pointed out. Oh, no. Actually, that's not Clinton who said that. That was on my, what you call it? Oh, my bad. That was a work text. I was talking about he's definitely been negotiating things, and that his IG was another ploy for negotiating tactics to see how quickly people responded. Because he had a shit ton of comments in 15 minutes.
Yes, he did.
But stay greedy, Henry. Stay greedy. I like it. But, yeah, dude. So if you had, I guess we're doing an impromptu all-star cast. Fantasy cast. New Justice League. If Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are out of Batman, and let's say worst case scenario Gal Gadot goes, who do you want to see in those 3 spots?
I like the John Hamm casting for Batman.
He can fit it for sure, and he's built too. So,
for one, like when you think about the Bruce Wayne, John Hamm has basically the stereotype.
John Hamm has got swag too.
Yeah, right.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, like I said, with Cavill, I wouldn't mind. Like someone I haven't really seen a lot, but they can still act. So I can't really say. I like how they did Cavill, because it's actually sort of Christopher Reeve had a few roles before Superman, but not a lot.
Yeah.
So I like bringing someone basically sort of fresh face for Superman. Wonder Woman. Initially, I was against Gal Gadot, I actually really do enjoy her as the Wonder Woman.
She's great for Wonder Woman's role.
Because, I mean, it's just so much. So, honestly, I can't even say with that one either as well. Because I like, one, just, she has a look that you can't, it's an exotic look. You can't say, all right, she's pure Caucasian, she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that.
Well, she looks like someone from the Mediterranean.
Yeah. And I like that idea.
She also looks, my thing that I've always thought about her, she looks strong.
She does.
She looks strong.
She does.
I don't know how tall. I gotta look how tall she is, but
5. She's actually pretty tall for a woman.
Yeah.
I want to say like Model-esque. And I do like her background. You know, she was like Israeli Special Forces before she started acting. So she has that strong weight training program in her. My thing was, if I'm DC, I actually have to look like at Marvel. Like, okay, I don't have my biggest 3. Who can I go to and keep this afloat?
bro, they need to bring somebody in and just do Green Lantern.
They need the Green Lantern Corps.
There's got to have that.
I think Momoa still will work really good as Aquaman. I'm probably recasting the Flash.
I like the Flash though.
I don't.
You know, they brought in Superman, actually. So this is one thing I've always played with in my head is them taking the cast from the TV shows and throwing them on screen. Because they did a great job casting these roles. Even the Superman who plays on Supergirl, he's great as Superman. Yeah. Like, they could easily replace on the big screen, I would think. Yeah. At least him in the Flash. Because I've always thought he was, out of him and Ezra, I think he's the better Flash.
Yeah, Grant is the better Flash. Grant Gustin on CW is the Flash. I do like him as the Flash. Now, there was one thing.
He just seems like a little bit older of a Flash too, though.
Well, that's what I want. I want a little bit older of a Flash because, like, especially if they were talking about doing the Flashpoint
paradox.
Yeah, because you got to think about the dynamics of these characters without them actually saying it. Like how Bruce Wayne treats Kal-El, how Bruce Wayne treats, I think it's the Barry Allen Flash, how he treats each of these characters, how these characters interact without them having to script it. And one of the main things with Batman and the Flash was Batman told the Flash, if had his parents lived and he not got so jaded, Barry Allen is the man he wish he could have grew up to be. That says a lot coming from Batman. Mm-hmm. So I want a slightly older Batman, maybe someone late 20s, early 30s. Someone who's already been the crime scene guy for a while.
You mean Flash? Oh, you said Batman.
Sorry, the Flash. Especially if John Hamm becomes Batman. I want
but man, if they bring in the other Flash or somebody like an older Flash, I would want Ben Affleck to stay the Flash so much more because he plays such a good Bruce Wayne.
Now, a good Bruce Wayne. Only thing, or I would mind them taking one of the second Flash, which is there's two. It's crazy because there's two Wally West. There's the black one, then there's the second one. Now, Wally West was actually the fastest Flash out of all the Flashes. I wouldn't mind them taking someone and doing that.
You said something that just popped in my head.
And that will actually work a lot in their favor. Like into the movie, you can be like, I know about you. I'm from this dimension. Yeah. And what happened was Wally West ran so fast, he ran across dimensions. It ended up in Barry Allen's dimension. So for a while, we had two Flashes.
That's interesting because on the in the show, they do it reverse, where Barry Allen ran into him because they have they have their version of like the Flashpoint paradox, and so Barry Allen, because he went back to save his mom, and Reverse Flash was there through some fuckery. Yeah, you've got this Flashpoint paradox, and they go into you have like the speedster. Who's like, and the rival or some shit like you have the rival.
Oh, the rival was in the comic books. The rival is
so in this one he's kind of trash. Like, he was okay, but he wasn't the best villain. The best villain was the blue dude. He came before Salvatore. I gotta remember his name, but he was playing one of his mentors, and he was the clone in a different universe of a Flash from years past.
Oh, the one with the helmet.
Yeah, so he was like the guy who was playing him. Yeah, he was the Flash in a different reality. So he took on that persona, and that wasn't him.
So
and he was just going around snatching up old Flashes and coming faster. I gotta find the fucking name of him. Right. That was by far the best villain out of any of the DC TV shows, in my opinion.
There was rumor has it they were talking about God. There's a villain named Godspeed.
Yeah, Salvatore.
Yeah. Well, there's Salvatore, but then there's Godspeed. They're actually in the comic books. They're two different.
Okay, because they kind of blend them together.
Yeah, Godspeed was cool because one, he had one of the coolest looking Flashes because his just white and gold.
Yeah, that sounds fire.
Right.
So let me ask you this: you're saying Wally West is the fastest one in the comic books. Yeah. How does that compare then to Reverse Flash, who the reason why he was supposed to be so fast isn't because he was tapping into the Speed Force per se, not in the same way they were, but because he was actually moving time. At least that's how I understand that he's supposed to be faster.
Yeah, like he had that, but Wally West was faster than that. Because see, Wally West, by running incidentally, can actually change dimensions. Like I said.
So he was like, if he was looking at trying to go to the woodlands, he would cross through dimensions, flying to the woodlands, and just end up back in his own thing.
Like, if Wally West wasn't careful. In fact, Wally West was one of the reasons for a lot of issues with the whole Flash Speed Force universe. The crazy thing is, Wally West actually dies. Let me see. Yeah, that's a picture of Godspeed.
Yo, that's fire. He also kind of looks like, not Vision, like Ultron a little bit.
Right. But it's like, we got other stuff to talk about. Like, I tell anyone, if you get bored, just go online, start looking up the Speed Force, the Flash.
Zoom.
The black one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom is dope. But before we move, two things. One, you point out something that's very important about the DCU that I think is fucking them so much.
Yeah.
They haven't fully established, like they have a central core.
Yeah.
But not like they don't have a franchise player. No. Like with Marvel, it was Iron Man.
Right.
And you built your franchise around that. And like you can make the argument that other characters are just as strong, but it's for sure Iron Man,
right,
with a close second being Captain America.
Easily.
But you don't have that with this.
You don't.
And it's not like they want to position Wonder Woman to do it, but they're not even, and I think that's probably why they're pushing that sequel so fast. But I don't know. They don't have a strong enough presence, I think, just yet. And I think that would help them to go ahead and just define who their go-to character is.
Right.
So, but this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
Now, before we get off the Flash, I'm going to show you this one picture, and it really sums up why the Flash why Warner Brothers, like I said, I'm not a DC hater. I hate what Warner Brothers is doing with DC. So Barry Allen dies in the comic books. Not Barry Allen, no, Wally West.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, he lives within the Speed Force. So when the comic books actually restarted, Barry Allen found him. He ran fast enough to find Wally West.
So Wally West is the one with the yellow and red?
Yeah, because he used to be the Teen Titan. He was the Teen Titan Kid Flash, and he grew up.
Okay.
Like you actually see him grow up, sort of like him and Dick Grayson are actually good friends.
Yeah.
And when like Wally West came back, Nightwing was just like broke down because he lost his best friend.
Yeah.
So, all right, back. Yeah, we do talk about TV shows too. And I saw the finale to Castle Rock. My God, it ends only the way Stephen King could end it, and they pull a Marvel move.
How many episodes? Because it seems like
it's 10. It's just 10.
Damn, that shit seemed like it went by fast.
Yeah, it's only just 10. And then Jack Ryan's 8 episodes, but I'll talk about that next. But with Castle Rock, I told everybody it's slow the first half. Episodes 1 through 5 are pretty slow, but at the end of episode 5, you see it start to pick speed. And it's literally like a snowball down the hill. It's just steady building to the point where I'm watching the finale. I'm like, oh, it's this and this. And then it ends, and you just say, fucking hell. And then they give you a clip, possibly of where they're going next season. And that's even bigger.
So what's the whole crux of it?
I'm not sure anymore.
Oh.
Like I said, that's how crazy the finale was.
So does this idea that it was parallel dimensions. Does that still hold?
It's still hold, but it's literally the last 45 seconds of the show makes you even question that now.
Interesting. So is there any more into who that young guy was?
Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård's right character. So who's he?
Basically, without saying too much.
Is he it? Not say too much. It's fine. Just skip ahead about 15 seconds.
I can't because it just came out today.
Yeah. Just skip 15. I haven't watched it. I don't care. I want you to spoil it for me because I'm watching the show through you.
All right. If y'all listening and you're planning on watching Castle Rock on Hulu, we're at 36 minutes, somewhere around there. Jump 90 seconds ahead. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You look like a weather announcer or the video guys.
Right. I need to be a producer. But he's the same character as the black guy, but in another dimension. The black guy is...
That's wild.
But the black guy is the adopted son who has the name because the couple couldn't have a kid. The kid dies.
So they're doing like this whole thing where it's like
wait,
thing happens in this universe.
Let me go because I only got 90 seconds.
You got time. That's cool. We'll just go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, in the opposite universe, they had the kid, so the kid has that name. That's Bill Skarsgård's character.
So it seems like though they're doing this thing with universes where it's like it's
after
a flip of the coin
after a major event.
Yeah.
You get one.
Yeah. You have a split off at this where it's like, but you made this life-changing decisions in this one, but you didn't do it in this one. And these are the consequences. What?
Multiverse thing. Yeah. But the problem with that is, let me see, I only got a few seconds.
And it's kind of that because if there's more than two universes, and it's a yes or a no answer, you can't have more than just one yes or a no.
Well, that's the thing. They sort of hint at more. Like I said, multiverse. Yeah. It's so good, and all I'm going to say is the last minute changes the whole time.
So they're planning on expanding into more Stephen King series, or is this just going to be a standalone for right now?
No, it's easy. Like, honestly, I think the next season will have nothing to do with these same characters.
So they're going to do something kind of like American Horror Story.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Speaking of, did you see the trailer for the new American Horror Story?
Well, the thing is, I haven't watched American Horror Story in so long. And I don't want to watch Apocalypse because heck, they're bringing back a guy from the first season. The actor Dylan McDermott, is that his name?
I've tried to get into American Horror Story with Murder House and that hotel one.
Murder House was the first one.
Yeah, Murder House was the first one, and then the hotel one,
yeah,
where it's like vampires or some shit.
Yeah,
I can't get into it. I want to. It sounds so cool.
Like I said,
but I can't get into it.
The first two had my attention: Murder House and Asylum. Because that was the guy who played Spock in the new Star Trek.
He played Silas in
in Heroes.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Silas. He's in my head. He's Silas.
We're not calling him Spock.
Yeah.
So, but maybe
he's such a good Spock.
Yeah,
he's such a good.
He's
Spock.
actually a really good actor.
Yeah,
Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, Quentin. Zachary Quinton. I think it's Quentin.
Quinto.
Is it Quinto?
Yeah, it's Quinto. It's weird, but it's Quinto.
Interesting.
But
do you know in Heroes they said so it never was revealed how he was able to take people's powers.
Yeah.
But they hinted at that he figured out what part of the brain controls the powers, and he eats that part before he kills them. That's why they get killed, and then the other guy who copies people's powers temporarily doesn't have to kill them.
Yeah.
That's just fucking wild.
It's crazy.
Cannibalism of powers, man. That's wild.
That is definitely a casualty of the writer's strike.
Bro, yes. That show suffered so much. I was like, yo, this show can go on for easily 6 years, and then 4th season, boop.
Right.
Shit.
All right.
They even had a mini series come out after that.
Right. Definitely, if you like suspense, spooky, things of that nature, I will say check out Hulu's Castle Rock. I think all episodes are now available, so definitely check that out.
So now I get to watch it.
Yeah.
I can't do the week thing anymore, man.
Waiting by week.
Yeah, I got too many shows like between MasterChef,
right,
Ballers, and I'm back watching fucking Insecure.
Now everybody told me like this season of Insecure is good.
This season of Insecure is great.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go back to second season.
Right.
I would advise not to, but
I mean I might because it's only 4 hours in order to do a season of Insecure.
But do you want to do that? But there's no point.
I mean I may be folding laundry or something. I mean,
yeah.
And in fact, I actually watched the beginning of the second season.
Yeah, I did too.
So
I don't want to go back. But the good thing about this right now is that I'm going to shout out another sponsor. This portion of the show is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com and use coupon code DOPE for 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Sizes are selling out fast. Insecure. I like doing that too, by the way.
Right.
Like not having a smooth segue into that. You're just like, fuck it. We're just going to go right now.
Yeah.
But Insecure is, to this season, so far, they've introduced a new guy, and he's from Houston, and when he's on screen, I don't know if he's really from Houston or not, like in real life.
Yeah.
He totally seems like he's from Houston. Like, even like, so he piggybacks off of Issa's, like, rapping and stuff.
Yeah.
And when he raps, he sounds like a Houston rapper. So, if he's not from Houston, dude has some good acting chops.
Yeah.
He's very good at character development. It's dope.
In character. Okay, cool.
But what I like a lot is that they're exploring this idea, and it kind of identifies with what's going on, like with me personally, in terms of going out on a new journey, career-wise, and just exploring shit that you just want to do versus what you've been told to do.
Right.
And she's doing that right now.
Okay.
And like but while she's doing that, all of her friends' lives are progressing in the more traditional direction. You've got one that's excelling in being a lawyer. She just started a new law firm.
Right.
One who's her and her husband are about to have a kid.
Right.
I don't know what the third girl's doing because she's just in and out. But it's like they're at this crossroad now, especially with this last episode, and it left off with them. Their friendships are all in question whether or not the future's going to hold them still together.
Right. And they actually played with that at the end of the first season, which I liked.
Yeah, but now you got a baby coming in. Issa's like,
right.
But then, spoiler alert! Jump ahead 30 seconds because this one's really quick.
I know.
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
He's back.
Yeah. I know.
And the way they did it, she's just at a gas station.
Right.
And she just,
Right.
Didn't see it coming because it was totally not. So that played so well.
She announced it at the beginning of the season that he's gone.
Yeah.
So,
but he's not gone.
Okay.
And here's the thing. They hinted at future episodes.
Yeah.
It's going to be some drama because her and the new dude are getting serious.
Right.
So,
cool.
It's interesting. So, I mean, it plays out well. It's not so melodramatic. And
as the second season.
Yeah, and she's developing, like, to me, she's becoming more of a complex character. And I like that.
Right.
Because it's more relatable and it has more mass appeal to it.
And I like that. And it shows a lot of growth with Issa Rae as well because, this is her first TV show. Like, she had a web series. Which
awkward black girl.
Yeah, which focused a little bit more on her. I think with this now, it challenged her to develop other characters.
The thing that you can see, and I think this actually might be part of what's pulling me in. One, you can see her writing like develop as it goes.
Right.
But they also do like this 2-minute little thing after every episode.
Right.
And it's cool because when they start talking about, because they take one character, kind of like how like Walking Dead would do, but they take one character and highlight them in that role in previous episodes.
Right.
I like it because now you kind of, if you miss something in the episode, they help to clarify what was going on. So instead of it being open to interpretation, it's like, no, this is actually what the message was supposed to be. Right. And like, all right. And she does a very good job in the show portraying what she wants people to get. And that's the thing that I like. It's like, there's room for ambiguity and you can take it as you want. But she's hitting her message in the show pretty spot on.
And that's why I like, and to me, any good TV or movie writer, in my opinion, doesn't have to tell the message so loud. Mm-hmm. And sometimes
or
just be so cryptic to where you don't understand it. Wes Anderson.
Yes. Yo, he's so out there.
So I'm like, you gotta find a happy medium, and I think if what you're saying is true, and I'm gonna watch it. Like I said, it's just so much on my plate right now. We're 38 days to the wedding, so
yeah. Yo, speaking of Wes Anderson, I don't ever think he really even has a message for his movie. I think he wakes up one day and is like, oh, let's make a movie about this, and then they wing it.
Right.
Kind of like Kanye West and his music now, and they kind of just leave it out there to hang.
Right.
And then whatever people interpret it as, yeah, that's what I meant.
Now, speaking of something that's doing better, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I'm gonna try to watch a little bit more this weekend. Second season of Iron Fist.
I was wondering about that.
From the first 2 episodes, it automatically feels better written.
So now, when you say better written, because them coming from where they're coming from, everything's an improvement.
It's nowhere but up.
So,
and you're starting to see it.
If they would have started off with this type of writing, would you consider it a good show so far, or is it just that it's an improvement?
It would have been enough to probably wouldn't have gave up so early as I did the first season.
So how's his acting though?
Better.
I know the fight scenes are going to improve.
It's better, which makes me believe a lot more now that the first season wasn't necessarily his acting, but the direction.
Because I can concede to that, because in the first season, because I know I watched a little bit more of the season. I stopped like episode 8, of course.
I didn't make it to 8. I think I stopped at 5.
Yeah. And like his acting wasn't the worst, but it just seemed like
they had him doing
rushed.
Stuff. They had him doing stuff that was unnecessary.
Yeah, that, but all for sure unnecessary. Like trying to figure out how he can wear a suit, like that shit. Like it actually reminded me of The Room, where it's just like scenes that you wouldn't see in a show because they don't move the plot.
Right.
But it seemed like it suffered from not the biggest budget, or someone who didn't know how to use the budget they had.
Right.
No direction, and then an actor who was inexperienced.
Right.
And without and not having a director to guide them and prune and shape them.
Exactly.
So,
but like I said, watching the first 2 episodes, you can definitely see the improvement.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to watching more. Like,
did you ever finish the whole Luke Cage?
Yeah, second season.
Was it good?
Yeah, I mean, Luke Cage was an improvement as well. There's still definitely some weak points in the writing.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem I had with the second season was some of the acting felt overdone.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I was going to be worried about with Iron Fist for this season, that they were going to try and overcompensate.
Yeah, right now
and just swing in the complete opposite direction.
So I guess the more I can get into it, the more I can say. But it was definitely it's definitely making me want to watch more.
Do you know who the writers are for Iron Fist and Luke Cage? I'm just curious to see if they're like seasoned writers or not.
I can't remember, but I do. The crazy thing is, I do know.
Oh,
what?
Rosario Dawson is a writer for Iron Fist.
Interesting.
I mean, just both 2 of the actors on there are writers. David Wynham, who played the dad.
So, is that for the first season or the second season?
It just says, I just looked up Iron Fist writers.
Okay. Like I said, I want to look into that, because that may be the first season. Because, a lot of people changed from that second season.
Yeah.
Just like the thing that has me interested in The Witcher is the writers from Daredevil are the writers for The Witcher.
That'll be cool, because they can tell a good story.
Right. But, so I did check that out. And lastly, I'm 1 episode away from finishing Jack Ryan.
That was quick. Is it good?
Well, I mean, it's only 8. That one's only 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's quick, but yeah, it was released on the 30th. of August.
Dog, Iron Fist, up until season 1 anyways.
Yeah.
Had a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's the largest disparity I've ever seen, by the way, though. 74% for season 1, 19 by critics. I don't know how anyone gave it a 70, like how that worked out.
I think some people are just so excited to see this character on screen. I think that's what happened.
Dude, because this is not that at all.
Yeah, but with Jack
damn.
Ryan, I mean, like I said, if you're a fan of Homeland, this is definitely a show to go. Like, one of the cool episodes was episode 6, when they pretty much have to work with a guy running a sex trade smuggling ring.
That's intense.
And he's got to come to grips that if they don't work with him, they're not going to find this woman and this kid.
Oh, so they're partnering with him.
So they have to partner with him. And he can't get that through his mind that, like, in order to, I can either do this on my own and they'll probably end up dead within a couple of weeks, or I could work with this guy and find him by the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you see the conflict he has. And Wendell Pierce, who plays his boss, sort of basically breaks down to it. He was like, and the guy they had to work with, he was like, prosperity is all about geography. He was like, if I had been born over there, who knows the opportunities I would have had.
Yeah.
He was like, had you been born over here, who knows the depths, how low you could go. And I was like,
that's a heavy scene. That's a heavy line.
and he's laughing and smiling, the guy.
Yeah.
He's laughing and smiling the whole time he's saying this.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you're looking at me from white America. You can't say shit to me.
You don't have the same. Our experiences of America are completely different.
Right.
Yo, so I finally found these credits for writing. Dog, I see what part of the problem was for season 1.
What's that?
Man, they've got, let's see here, 2017. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 writers for season 1.
How many episodes each writer?
Some have multiple,
Right.
some have only one.
Right. So that's what the only reason I can sort of say that. So when we're talking 12 episodes.
I had 10 episodes, I thought. It was 12 the first one?
No, Marvel said 12 or 13, I think. Because, that's the biggest issue with Marvel. A lot of people say Marvel needs to cut it down.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it only had 10 because when I was at 8, I was almost through with it.
They got more than Game of Thrones.
Mm.
All the Marvel shows have more shows than Game of Thrones. So, if you got 12 episodes, 20 writers don't seem that bad because you're almost 2 writers an episode. And usually, I say it takes 3 to 4 writers per show.
Yeah.
Especially an hour-long drama show. So that doesn't seem as bad. But
it just would explain, though, how disjointed it is that you have each episode with a different writer.
I think if there's any writer that's been with there the whole season, that's who I'm looking at as the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess he may have gotten too influenced by the other writers. If you're the main writer, it's your idea. You're only open to interpretations. But your idea, that's to me the main thing when you're writing this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about this? All right, that doesn't really flow with this, but let's add part of that into this. I think that's what works. So.
Yeah. They might have listened, though, because season 2 of Iron Fist only has 10 episodes. So they
really?
Yeah. The season 1 had 13. But this one had only 10.
All the Marvel shows have had 13.
Yeah.
So if that's 10, that's showing that they've been listening.
Yeah. Unlike fucking DC.
Man.
Like, y'all are, listen to your fans. We're not going to tell you wrong. We know what we want to see.
Right. And I think Marvel, heck, it's crazy because, they're 2 separate entities, the MCU and the writing crew, the TV crew. But to make that kind of move.
That's smart.
That's smart.
That's letting the market dictate the product.
And it's crazy. That's showing that you're paying attention to your show.
Yeah.
So
instead of just trying to just bulldoze through
and giving us a bunch of filler at the end. So
yeah.
Now I'm really more excited to finish that season now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
makes me want to take a look at it then.
All right. So we do have a trailer. You and Marcus were hyped about this. I'm not a musical person.
You're tripping.
I just don't like musicals. I've never liked musicals.
I love musicals.
And this is for Anna and the Apocalypse.
One of my favorite movies is a musical. Actually, two of my
Sweeney
favorite.
Todd.
Nah, dude. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the first one, and then Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, I can play those songs on guitar.
Yeah,
I know all the words.
Willy Wonka's probably the only one. And Nightmare Before Christmas is close.
Yes.
So, like I said, I'm probably going to watch this, and I'll probably like it more once I see it. That line right there made me not want to watch it. And that's Shaun of the Dead meets La La Land.
Is it because you don't like La La Land or because you don't like Shaun of the Dead?
I love Shaun of the Dead.
Okay. I was gonna get up and walk out. I was like, how do you not? That whole movie series is great.
It's very great. And I love how, like, it's basically all coming from a shared universe, but
Yeah.
the La La Land part, because I'm like,
We said that they try to, like, minimize it.
right, I'm like, yeah.
Sneak that shit in.
I'm like, that's not necessarily they're trying to get that La La Land people over into this, but this just wouldn't appeal to them.
Well, it might, because you gotta look at it like this. All right, so La La Land. All right.
If you took the two movies and took their audience, it appeals more to Shaun of the Dead.
Well, we'll put it like this though. I'm not your typical fan of musicals, and I literally, my favorite genre of movie is fucking musicals. No one would ever guess that.
That's your favorite?
For sure.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Musicals and then black comedy, and then not like black comedy, but black, like dark humor.
Dark humor, yeah.
After that,
Right.
because you probably don't know this, I was huge, like up until like maybe college. I've been playing music for like 10 years, so I'm like super into it, and I'm a family of musicians, so love that stuff.
Right.
So for me, when I was looking at this, I was like, and I saw this trailer literally after watching Zombieland again,
Right.
and I was like, yo, it's interesting because it's when you see like
It's
typical
an
like
musical avenue.
yeah, exactly. You see like normal shit, like even like Sweeney Todd. Like Sweeney Todd was okay.
I actually like Sweeney Todd.
It was okay.
Yeah.
But it was too Tim Burton-y.
Yeah.
That's the problem with that one. But it was still it was not a good mix. Like Willy Wonka worked because it was both a very good movie and it was a good musical, and they blended well.
Yeah.
So, and that's the problem that a lot of musicals have, is that they rely too much on one or the other, and it just feels awkward.
Right.
And so I'm curious to see what they do with this, because a zombie movie, like Sweeney Todd, is like the first dark musical I can think of that I've seen recently, or like that just comes to mind.
Right.
But this will be interesting. It doesn't look like Shaun of the Dead. It looks more like Zombieland to me. And that would probably be a better direction to go in versus like a Shaun of the Dead type zombie movie, because it needs to be ludicrous for this shit to work. Like, it can't be too serious. Like, you can't have a serious zombie movie.
Well, I don't consider Shaun of the Dead a serious zombie movie.
But there was more drama. Like, there wasn't as many, like, it wasn't as goofy as Zombieland was.
I think it was comedic, but it wasn't goofy. I think
and that's what I shouldn't say serious. It wasn't as goofy. Like, this needs to be goofy with like some slapstick humor. Like, Shaun of the Dead had slapstick humor in there, but there were moments where they try to play out like the sad thing when like his dad was bitten by the zombie and all that shit. Even it was a few low points where they try to play that up a little bit.
Zombieland does the same.
They killed Bill Murray and made a giant joke out of it and threw his body off the roof.
True. But then they turned around and had the discussion about Woody Harrelson's son.
For like 30 seconds. Zombieland is way more of a goofy movie than Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, it's way more goofy, yeah.
And that's what I think the tone needs to be. And honestly, this looks like, to me, had vibes of like, what's the movie with that Michael Cera's in? What's his name? Versus the World?
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
It feels like Scott Pilgrim and Zombieland mixed together, and then throw in some music. And if they do that, then it'll be entertaining. It won't. It's not going to be groundbreaking. At least that's not my prediction, anyways. But it'd be entertaining to watch.
Right.
So Predator's out this week, though.
Yeah, we got Predator. We got White Boy Rick.
I'm not that excited about White Boy Rick.
I mean, I may get to it.
It just seems like every other drug movie.
Yeah.
This time it's just subbing a 16-year-old.
It's so hard for me to get into drug movies and stuff right now, man. It's just, and like I said, and I keep hearing wonderful things about Snowfall, but I'm just so.
It's the same reason why I can't get it. Even though I just watched New Jack City over again for like the 30th time.
I can watch the stuff
so good.
I can watch the stuff I've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to watch something new.
Yeah, I just can't get into it.
I can watch Menace to Society. I watched that the other week. So it's just
me and Jada hadn't seen New Jack City for like since she was a kid. I don't think she ever actually saw it. She won't tell me that.
Right.
And she was just sitting there like, "Yo, that's where this line came from." I was like, "Yeah, New Jack City influenced a lot of pop culture." Period.
Right.
When the Italian dude was like, "What's up, Ace Boone?" I spilled queso everywhere. It was fucking hilarious. That's a great movie.
Man. So, I think mostly
cancel that bitch.
Mostly, I'm gonna probably just watch TV. I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to go see Predators. I actually got a busy weekend this weekend, so trying to get to the movies just wouldn't happen for me.
I'm gonna pray to the gods that there's more news on Wesley Snipes and Blade. Oh my god!
I mean, who knows what news we're gonna have by next show? So.
Did you ever watch the HBO Spawn cartoon?
Yeah.
I'm about to start that. I never watched it. When it came out, I was kind of young. Yeah, I'm starting it this weekend on Sunday because
I may rewatch it. Shit. But anyway, so
especially with Jamie Foxx, news about Jamie Foxx and Spawn.
Yeah. That's gonna do it for our show this week, people. We thank you for hanging with us, shooting the shit, talking about TVs and movies. Got a little deep in with the DC and the Flash and Superman, but you gotta realize that's just a clusterfuck. That whole situation is just not good.
No, they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
But it just goes to show you go in with a shit plan. It doesn't matter who you bring in there, how much money you put behind it.
It doesn't matter what property you have. Yeah, it doesn't matter what property you have. If you don't have a plan for that property, it can go to shit. We see that. We've seen it more than once. DC is not the first one to do it. I'm pretty sure not DC. Warner Brothers are not the first to do it. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to be the last. It's not even going to be the last time for the Warner Brothers.
Oh, we already had another the whole Dark Universe one. There you go.
Right.
There's shit from that in a while.
Universe said, fuck that.
Yeah, screw that. We tried, we failed.
Yeah.
But it did stir up a lot of stuff about like people asking, where's Brendan Fraser?
Right.
He's not doing so well.
He's on the show right now. I forgot what show he's on.
Did you see that he was on? Did you know he was on G.I. Joe?
Yeah. I remember that.
Oh my God, he's some trash.
That was the show. That G.I. Joe was the one. He was on the first. I think he made both of them. I think he was. He didn't make, but he was in both of them.
I don't remember. I don't remember him in the second one. I don't remember the second one.
Well, you remember the second one? Most of them died in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened. Let me see because he's doing a TV show right now. I can't remember. Is it Condor? Yeah. The new. Is that it? Nathan Fowler? Is that it?
Well, it came up though. They were just because his finances. So he's going through this divorce and all this shit.
Yeah.
And they were talking about his finances, how he pays his agents $100,000 a month. And the question is, why are you paying him so much money? But his monthly expenses for his pet, $10. What fucking animal do you have that only costs you $10 a month?
What kind of well?
I have a snake. It costs me about $20 to make sure that snake is fed every month.
With the mice?
Yes.
I'm thinking the lizard.
That's such a sad pet for an adult man to have.
What, a lizard?
A pet lizard?
Like an iguana?
An iguana costs way more money than $10 to take care of a month. They eat way more than that.
They eat mostly flies and plants.
Yeah, but you gotta go buy them. Pet stores, they jack that shit. Trust me, I know firsthand. Iguanas cost way more than $10 to take care of. Plus, you gotta buy new bedding for the terrarium every month. All that shit. If you clean it out like you're supposed to, you're looking at about $50-$60 a month. Is at $10. No, that's either a goldfish which is so sad. Like a little tiny goldfish. Can you imagine?
But that's gonna do it for our show, people.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brendan Fraser, dog.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
It gets better.
See y'all later.